Hi, I'm P. King Diablo, aka How I Want the Pimpin' Boy. Glad to be with you guys today. Gonna talk briefly about a subject matter that it's been on my mind lately, and that subject matter is the self. I wouldn't call it self-hatred. I wouldn't call it genocide because it's something that we're doing ourselves. Um, I want to refer to it as self-mutilation, but it's not really self-mutilation as well. So I'm gonna just put it in layman's terms. The mass killing that we're doing ourselves in every major city around this country. The youngsters, they call it stepping. Um, People in Chicago, they call it drilling and different things of that nature. And I just want to talk about it because it's funny. If it wasn't for guns, there wouldn't been no such thing as the enslavement of the Negro in America. If it wasn't for guns, there wouldn't have been a whole lot of atrocities aimed at the Negro. The land that we call the Americas would have never been taken from the American Negro. Yeah, you got it right. I said it. The land that we call the Americas would have never been taken from the American Negroes. Because the American Negroes are really the rightful owners of this land. I mean, the American Indian, the American Negroes, however you want to put it, are the rightful owners of this land. But if it wasn't for guns, the Caucasian wouldn't have had the advantage. But now today we have several multitudes of guns. And we utilize those guns, to harm one another. Yes, we utilize those guns to harm one another. So, you ask me, slavery is in the mind. It's not on no plantation. It's not nothing physical. Slavery is in the mind. If you control the mind, you can control the masses of the people. And they control the masses of the people because they control these individuals' minds. All the killing that is being done in Chicago, and I can only really speak about Chicago in a factual sense because I'm here in Chicago. All of the killing that is being perpetrated in Chicago, mainly on the west side and mainly on the south side. Me, I'm a resident of the west side. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I'm not from the south side, but I'm very familiar with the south side. If you ask me, the west side and the south side are the two most heavily populated areas with people who look like me. And that's where the killing is mainly at. You have some killing on the north side. As a Chicagoan, I really prefer to the east side as the south side. I know east side want to have their own sovereignty. They want to, I'm from the east side, and they say they from the east side, different things of that nature. One want to say I'm from the east side or I'm from the south side, but to me that's the same land. But I got to respect the wishes of those because if you say you from the east side, you from the east side. So with that being said, we're perpetrating a lot of killing of those who look like us in these particular areas. And all I have to say is we have to find another way, man, to display our manhood and to display our, our aggressiveness. We have to find other means to impress the women, to gain clout. We have to find other means to do that. I don't understand, why we try to find that particular mean by killing one another. So I want to talk about it. I want to discuss it because I feel the need to be discussed. Murder. If done right, you can gain power, political influence, Um, but we're killing each other. You know, individuals are killing one another that basically live in the same area. Basically, you know, your mom and my mom, you know, work menial jobs. You know, we all in the same tax bracket, or what we all come from the same ilk, as I should say. You know, none of us really. My mother wasn't in the Jack and Jill. My father, wasn't well to do. So I come from, the struggle. I come from the struggle. I come from, food stamps, getting vaccination shots at Miles Square, staying in the Henry Hornet Project, staying on Chicago Avenue, staying in K-Town, staying on the west side of Chicago, predominantly my whole life. So to me, that much killing just for the sake of clout, that's a waste of time. That's that you risking the rest of your life in jail for what? You know, when you look around the world, killing that is done wholesale like that, something is gained behind that. Power, political power, financial power, economic power of all sorts. But you chasing the clout. You want somebody to say, "Oh, he's a hitter, he's a shotter, he's a stepper, big stepper." But what is gained behind it? And I'm not promoting killing political figures. I'm not promoting killing of any sort. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna put it on a line like that, what is the game? What's the game? Because everybody killing now, and I done seen, I done spent probably 14 years of my life in the penitentiary. I just spent in some type of incarceration. I'm not gonna say all of it was done in the penitentiary. I'll say that I spent, roughly 14 years of my life in some form of incarceration, whether it was the county jail, the penitentiary, or something to that magnitude. And I just seen plenty of cowards in jail that was in jail for murder, But at the end of the day, when you get locked up, they take away your gun. So if you're a murderer on the streets, if you're a hitter, or you're a big stepper on the streets, and you don't know how to defend yourself with hand-to-hand combat, excuse my language, but you're gonna be a bitch in jail. You know what I'm saying? In some shape, form, or fashion. You might not be a sexual bitch, but you're gonna be a pushover bitch in jail if you don't know how to defend yourself. If you don't have balls that stretch beyond that pistol, that stretch beyond that barrel. Because one thing individuals in jail are gonna test you on, they're gonna say to themselves, "Oh, okay, I heard Joe Blow was a straight up killer. He was a killer on the street. He's a straight kill 'em up on the streets. Let me see if he brought that with him to jail. If he brought that same attitude." Don't get me wrong, you have plenty of individuals that were in jail for murder. That was who they were on the streets. They were in jail as well. Because, they just had it in them that they weren't gonna be fucked over in no shape, form, or fashion. So not only was not gonna get fucked over in jail, on the streets, they wasn't gonna get fucked over in jail as well. You know what I'm saying? So you got those type of individuals, but some individuals, they drew the line. They just ain't gonna get fucked over on the streets, but they was getting fucked over in jail. And I seen plenty of them get tried. And they got tried not because of how they looked, they got tried on their reputation. Because they were killers on the streets. And guys wanted to see that they had that same energy in prison or in the Cook County jail.